Hello, jury. This is Neil, and I'm sure your nipples are about as hard as Tootsie Rolls, just like mine, since I'm in the finals. Yeah, probably not. Um, First and foremost, I wanted to kind of point out something that a lot of people played the honesty card, playing with morals, and this, that, and the other thing. If you wanted to play this game with honesty and morals, go be a firefighter. Go go do something worth your time because I don't think there's anything about Big Brother that has anything to do with morals or being honest. It's essentially a game of advancing yourself further. You have to get rid of other people. It's not a nice game, so I don't get why a few people that have said, "Oh, I played honest," when frankly, maybe aside from Rebnick and New Fallon, I don't think anyone was truly as honest as they claim to be. I never said I was going to play the game honest. I started the game off with basically an albatross around my neck in the form of a gay porn star named Georgian, aka James. As much as he wants to play the poor little victim card and oh they bullied me, I mean he's a dick. He's just was just as big a bitch to me as I was to him. Um, there's like I said, two sides to every story. He made it look like he was the little poor beaten child who quit when he didn't get his little way. I mean, his attitude displayed it. I mean, when Purple ended up winning the second HOH, he threw it in everyone's faces, and then when their plan that round backfired because of the Diamond Power veto, he ran in a corner and was like, "Oh." So I mean, screw him. Having a partner like that at the beginning changed my strategy a lot because normally I'm the kind of player that likes to kind of play behind the scenes and make alliances and friends that way. But knowing that if we didn't agree that we could be evicted and knowing that my partner wanted to work with all the people that I wanted to get rid of, it made it really difficult. And at the beginning, anytime that I was really douchey, aside from my thing with Josh, which I'll get to later, um, like when I went off on Ryan, was just like, "Oh, you're being evicted. You're going next." During the big Asparagus, I mean, I don't know, maybe you couldn't tell, even though I did tell you this. I mean, the way I was acting was so prima donna that it was ridiculous. I mean, I was doing everything in my power to make sure that if blue or purple got HOH, they would nominate my team, which, I mean, in the end, it didn't really work out that way. Um, so the first part of the game was miserable. I was stuck with someone I didn't like. I'm the kind of person who likes to compete to like the best of my ability. I mean, I ended up later winning 6 challenges, but I mean, starting off, I wasn't really able to do anything. I'm not someone that likes to be like forced to work with people that I don't want to work with. And based on the twist, I mean, I made it work. Thankfully, George John quit. At that point, I had to choose between Chelsea and Josh. And although my relationship with Chelsea was more friendly on a social level, one thing that I am definitely guilty of in terms of Josh was at the beginning, I kind of lashed out at him. And this is one example where it wasn't really about the game, it was kind of a petty thing. And I know how much it sucks to be prejudged, so I was definitely in that instance a hypocrite, and I wanted to try and correct that with Josh and ended up picking him as my partner. I also felt that in picking Josh, I mean, Josh kind of got screwed being partnered with Chelsea to begin with, and I don't want to say sympathized, but I mean, maybe because I had to deal with someone like George John who's not really mature and he was stuck with someone like that, I felt like choosing him was the better option, and it was. We ended up winning that HOH. After that round, my computer broke, and a lot of people said I'd idled out of the game, which is complete bullshit because I still talk to everyone on the phone. Phones do exist. I wasn't able to get to computer. I had no way to vote. I luckily was nominated, and then when they decided to break up Chelsea and Ryan, I voted, but apparently I voted like a few minutes after the deadline, which I didn't even know when the deadline was, and it's not like our beautiful host ever posted anything on time, anyways. Going into the I almost said merge, the coupling, like the couples ending. I basically had myself in the best spot. I think a lot of people thought the infrastructure of the Veterans Alliance basically consisted of everyone falling yellow in, which is not even accurate. I mean, the alliance basically was myself, And then I had on one side of me, I had a final three deal with Sheila and Natalie, and within that, I had a final two deal with Sheila. Um, Sheila started making deals with other players without telling me about it, which worried me and made me not trust her anymore. So I created a final two deal with Sharon, who in turn also had Alex on his side. He told me that they had a deal, and then he also, like, I don't want to say he controlled Rebnick because I don't think anyone really controlled him, but he definitely exerted influence with Rebnick as well. So I kind of positioned myself right in the center of both of them, and then there was the obvious people that had no shot, Josh and Ryan. So I definitely tried to play it up like, oh, I'm on the outs of my alliance, when knowing I was completely safe within that alliance. I just wanted that extra cushion just in case Josh or Ryan got HOH, and it ended up happening. Josh won HOH. Um, I did play the game playing a lot of sides. I mean, I positioned myself well, and once I did that, I didn't really have to win any competitions. I mean, I'm the kind of person that likes to play behind the scenes and then wait till the end, because a lot of people make the mistake of playing the game too fast, too early. So at the end, I kind of excelled as a challenge star. I won final six HOH, final five veto, final four HOH, final HOH. I mean, I put a lot of effort into the end of the game. Like I said, I am not above lying. I definitely lied. I deceived a few people. Um, I didn't have to make 1,000 final two alliances. The only final two alliances that I broke were with Josh and Sheila. I know a lot of people think that I'm an asshole, or that I'm the Antichrist, as one person put it. But I mean, this is a game, and I mean, if you can't treat it as a game, I mean, I'm sorry you take things so seriously. I mean, if I would when I get evicted from games, maybe it's because I've been playing so long. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it sucks, but life goes on, and I'm not gonna sit around and hold a grudge about it. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's really anything else I want to say in this opening. I guess one other thing I wanted to kind of touch on was a lot of players stated that there was a veterans alliance before the game even began, and how unfair it was, which I find incredibly hypocritical considering. I mean, I wouldn't say in Josh and Ryan's respect that it was them being hypocrites, but a lot of the younger, more naive and annoying teams like Gray and George John and Chelsea, unfortunately, you guys teamed up with them, and I mean, they basically were the ones that perpetuated the sides thing, where it's new against old, and you, I guess, are victims of circumstances because of who you were partnered with. Um, I don't know. I felt like, and I don't want to like call you out or anything, but Ryan, you made a point to say that you felt like you had to fight like hell from the beginning, and I mean, honestly, when the veterans team came together, no one really wanted you gone. You decided to stand with Purple, and that's ultimately why you were never really let into the fold. And I respect the fact that you wanted to keep your word to Purple, but I mean, you kind of did that to yourself. So, I don't know. I don't think the veterans had any kind of unfair advantage, and like, I don't know, to hear people complain that this game was going to be predictable, I mean, you guys would have done the same exact thing. I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see what everyone has to say, and I will answer everything as completely honest. I mean, I want to win, but I'm not gonna felch your guys' asses to get votes to win the game. Um, yeah, that's basically all I have to say, and look forward to your questions. Thanks.